Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. With Annabelle Comes Home coming out, we figured it'd be just the time to rank the Conjuring universe, so this will be our ranking. And like with every video on this channel, it's just our opinion, and we'd love to hear yours in the comments below. Alright, so starting with the last one on our list, number 7 is The Curse of La Llorona.
With this being loosely based on the Conjuring series universe that they're going for right now, it just falls flat for me. The story is very generic. In comparison to the other Conjuring series movies that have come out, it just falls flat.
Yeah, I think as far as the other films go with this one, it's just so barely even the minuscule amount linked to the Conjuring universe. I think it's where it falls back for me. It's pretty generic, like some of the other films on this list. But yeah, I don't think it's egregiously terrible. It just, it has to be the last one for me.
At number 6, we have Annabelle. Annabelle, when it came out, cool idea, cool concept. Again, the story just didn't pan out how I thought it would be. It wasn't as scary. It had a lot of those jump scares, which people like them, but it just didn't work out for me. It was a very slow driven story to get where we needed to go.
Yeah, I thought that this one's actually one of the more dull films on the list. I had a little bit of anticipation coming into it because I absolutely love the first Conjuring film, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. The Annabelle doll in the movie from the beginning, I really want to see that. And the story just fell, Noelle said, it fell pretty flat. I don't think it's absolutely god-awful, but just not on top tier. So number 5 is The Nun. I have to say, I really just found The Nun so underwhelming. I think that the story and the plot line and the characters are so dull, but the atmosphere is excellent in this movie.
I was definitely disappointed with this one because of the nun's presence in Conjuring 2. I was very excited to see where they're going to go with that character. And like Brian said, it is dull. Like the characters, you just don't really care what's going to happen to them throughout the movie. And you're still more interested in the demon creature, the nun, which they don't really give you that much background
and
on.
it has the same issue as Annabelle, which I feel like is a common thread with the spin-offs with these Conjuring movies, is they work so well as individual creepy things that are just thrown into the overarching story, but when they have to stand alone as like a focal point of a film, there's just not enough depth to it. It's like, yeah, it's creepy, we can put it in a creepy setting, but there's not really a story to be told with it.
At number 4, we have Annabelle Comes Home. That one just recently came out. To me, it had some scary moments in it. They were scary moments. The story in this one, there wasn't really a story.
So yeah, with this movie, like I said with the other ones where the characters are kind of focal points, they just took a bunch of individual scary characters and made it into a film, and I think it worked a little bit better. You didn't have to rely entirely on Annabelle. You had some of these other cases, even if some of them came off a little goofy to me with the CG, particularly the werewolf character in the film.
Number 3, we have Annabelle Creation. This is a step forward from Annabelle. Actually started the whole beginnings of the creature demon, and it had some interesting storylines to it.
Yeah, I thought that the children in the film acted really well. I thought they had some really compelling characters. I was invested in the characters. I'm invested in the story like I haven't been in the other spin-offs. This felt more like an actual Conjuring film than just a spin-off money grab offshoot like the other films did, in my opinion. So number 2 is The Conjuring 2. Now, I think Conjuring 2 is an excellent movie. It barely falls beneath our number 1, which you know by now. But still, I think it has some really good imagery, some really good characters, and the Warrens are in it, and I just love them in these franchise movies.
Yeah, I love the Warrens in the movie. They definitely bring like a balance of stability and like home, where you have like these crazy, crazy demons show up, and you always go back to them, and you just feel a little more calm. This story brings out the character, the nun, which is super compelling and scary.
And that's the thing about the two main Conjuring films, is that while they are kind of based on real events, they feel more grounded. You feel like you have a story they're building on. They have an idea of this world they want to create. And I think they did a really good job in both films with just having the Warrens be in the case and making it feel like a real, almost like a throwback to like a poltergeist type film. And that's one of the things why it works so well for me.
So at number 1, you all guessed it, we have The Conjuring. The Conjuring introduced us to this whole little universe they're starting to grow. And it's just a great horror movie.
Yeah, I have to say, it is one of the best horror movies, in my opinion, of modern times. I think the acting is excellent. I think the imagery is excellent. James Wan direction is perfect in this movie. I love it. I love that it created this renaissance of interest in horror films and willing to, take a risk and make something a little original but familiar at the same time. It has that feel of like a throwback supernatural film with throwing some new ideas in it.
And also spun off this craze that we have all these paranormal shows and wanted to go more into the Warrens and what they did. And I really think this it really explores their whole journey and what they accomplished.
Yeah, and the thing about the original film when I rewatch it again is that it does something a little different than those other films, like maybe The Haunting in Connecticut or Amityville Horror or something like that, where it doesn't really take itself super duper seriously as the film goes on. It gets out there, it gets a little ridiculous, it gets a little more entertaining, and it takes liberties with some of the information. And I think it benefits from it. I normally don't think things benefit from that, but I think this film does.
And I also had different scares we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Usually you're so used to these jump scares, and you're like, ah, but these, there were ones that you just don't even expect. And we haven't even talked about one of the important things of all these movies is the music.
Oh,
The
yeah.
music in the Conjuring universe definitely stands up because it just adds this whole other atmosphere to the movie. So you feel when something's about to happen. Like the
Yeah.
music makes you anxious when you're watching the movie.
Yeah, the score of these films is excellent. Obviously, The Conjuring started all that. Just the swelling string instruments is it's so well crafted and creates, like Noelle said, an atmosphere in this universe where you are so uncomfortable and you're just it's just so good. The bouncing of the different tones and volumes and pitches it creates a whole different feeling for everything going on. All right, guys, so that was our ranking of the Conjuring universe. Remember to put yours in the comments down below. I'm interested to see what everybody thinks. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys next
Bye.
time.